I'm Hypsy. I'll chat with you more. I'm gonna jump onto this call. Yeah, likewise. All right. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
There you are in your van. I wish I could be in my van right now, but Oak has the van.
Where are you? A cafe?
Yeah, I'm at Maya Moon. Have you been to Maya Moon?
No, tell me about it.
Oh, bro, you gotta come. Let me give you a little toursies. What can I flip this guy around? I think I can. Yeah. It's a cacao cafe
Oh,
in Normal Heights,
what?
and they serve ceremonial sacred cacao.
Wow,
And
that place looks awesome.
yeah, it's really beautiful, very intentional. This is literally another portal and space for community. I just made a friend. Well, before connecting with you. And so yeah, that's one of the pieces of magic that I offer as well is cacao circles for the community. Um,
Beautiful.
yeah, so I love being in this space. So I need another friend here for another meeting after this. And so yeah, just hanging out here. I just finished teaching at Pilgrimage down the street. So it just they're literally a block apart. So it just feels so natural to come down here and hang out.
Nice.
How
Yeah,
are you doing?
I'm doing good. I feel like there's I'm putting a lot of effort into this. And um
You're doing
I
great, dude. Oh my.
thank you. Yeah, it's all I mean it's almost like a full-time. I mean not quite, but I'm not working a full-time job, and so basically all my like life force energy is going into this. And so it's a lot, but I'm really wanting to create something special and powerful. So I hope that everything that I'm investing is able to create a container that represents and reflects all of that, you know? But it's a lot. It's a lot of parts.
Well, I can definitely see from the marketing and the emails and the posts, your energy and your efforts are definitely not going unnoticed by me. Like I can
Mm,
appreciate how much energy goes into these things, and I can't imagine as being the organizer and coordinating so many people. I'm trying to clean myself up here for this. It's just like a busy day.
yeah.
Um,
Well, thank you for
but
saying
beautiful,
that.
but beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of
I
course.
appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, as part of that, I think I you know I'm realizing that I'd like for people to have um a little bit of insight into who the people are that are being a part of this and why those people have why I've been able to magnetize those people and what their skills and talents and what they're going to be able to provide. So it's sort of why I'm doing these interviews for anyone that's on the fence about like, should I come to this? Should I not come to it? I want to give everyone a totally clear, like these are the people that are a part of it, and this is the energy that you're going to be around. So that kind of leads us to this call right now.
Hey, well, thanks for having me. I'm super honored to come back for the second time to Van Jam. Last year was a ton of fun, and we know that it was quite an adventure last year, and so I'm looking forward to yeah, the new space. It looks amazing. And connecting with the van community has just, it's got a special place in my heart, obviously, being a van dweller for many years and serving the van community out in OB, which is how I met you, and doing yoga out in that space. So yeah, it's been amazing. I'm just so honored and humbled to be invited back, honestly.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I feel like last year we didn't really get the full opportunity to provide what I feel like we could have. Obviously because of the weather and everything that had to change. And so I really wanted to do my best to bring back all the people and kind of give them like another look. Like this is, and now it's almost like a year in the making because last year did turn out the way that it turned out. Not that it was bad. I think it was a great experience for everybody, surprisingly. But yeah, I want to have you back because I want to create that container again, almost like the way that it was supposed to be done. So yeah, I'm excited to have you back. And with that said, I met you. Um, And part of the reason why I gravitated toward you is I just thought what you were doing was so unique and cool, and I want to bring people that are offering things to the community together to really build this space up and build what this experience is. So I met you in Ocean Beach because you were doing these donation-based yoga sound bath near Dog Beach in Ocean Beach, and you called it Van Dweller Yoga. And I know that you've been um, kind of shifting around with what you're providing and what you're offering now, but tell me a little bit about Van Dweller Yoga and how that's led you to where you are now and what you're doing now.
Yeah, I love, 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 love talking about this. So I just a little bit of background on my yoga journey. I became a yoga teacher in 2020. Yes, during the pandemic. It didn't start out that way, obviously, like so many things during that year. But amidst the pandemic, I decided to stick with my studies. And then my partner and I traveled after that in our van, and we were um, moving around wherever we could during the pandemic. And 2021 came around, flash forward to 2021. We came back to San Diego and we were traveling. I hadn't really done much with the training that I received since becoming a yoga teacher. I'd done a few workshops here and there, and I was like, we're coming back to San Diego. Got to kind of get a job again to, earn some funds or kind of getting to the bottom of the money bucket. And we knew from the community and us hanging out with the community that OB was the spot. Like that's where a lot of travelers go. That's where the vannies hang out. That's what I would call them, as vannies. And I was like, you know what? Let me just offer something that's donation based. This is Van Dweller Yoga was literally my baby that I started from nothing and watched it grow into this big, beautiful thing. Um, as compared to teaching at a studio, something, an entity that already exists that has served me and has shown up for me. But I've been so proud of this creation because it literally I birthed this into reality. And it's just been so wonderful to see the community receive it. It's been wonderful for me as I started to build roots back in San Diego to stay connected with the community and see people through van yoga um, making friends and building the community around yoga. So um, I purposefully offered these yoga classes on Wednesdays when the OB market was happening because I knew that that market attracted a lot of people. And so I would hold it at 11:11. And then I decided during this, I think it was during the winter, I shifted it to 1:11, which was closer to the market hours. And so more people started getting exposed to it. It was so grassroots, so simple. I made a little sign. All the materials literally came from a dollar store, and I just would like stick my sign into the ground. Literally, it started with me walking around the neighborhood, or not the neighborhood, the parking lot, recruiting people and asking people like, hey, I'm a yoga teacher. Would you like to come and do yoga with me? And there's my van over there. And I would like just open up the back doors to the van and set up a little tarp and put out a few yoga mats and play music. And it started out so humbly, like maybe one, two people would come, build relationships. And then before I knew it, it just grew into this big organism. And at one point, there were like 40 people coming to this class weekly out at the beach. And at the height of the summer, it was so much fun. We'd do yoga. And then after class, we'd all give the invitation, like, who wants to go and take a dip in the ocean? And then we'd go and hang out in the ocean and then come back and hang out and go walk around the market. It was just so fulfilling. And getting to see my baby grow like that was just, I'm a crier, so I might well up here in tears because I'm just so proud of it. And it was just so beautiful to get to see, like, take me out of the mix and just see the friendships that were being created around the yoga. And the yoga bringing people together was so beautiful. And people other van dwellers or van lifers that wouldn't normally explore yoga were encouraged to come because their friends were telling them about it. And it would literally started word of mouth. I mean, I didn't have flyers. I was doing some social media marketing, but at that time I had just started my social media page and I was like just starting to like I was never into social media. I was very a free heart, like living in the moment and traveling. I didn't do that. I didn't participate in that in those circles. And so I was just kind of like getting to understand like how those, how that works, how it functions. And so literally it was word of mouth, which is the most powerful way of uniting community and um, getting the word out about something. And so yeah, it just turned into this big thing. It was totally donation based. I loved it. It was so sweet to me because the energy exchanges um, weren't just in the form of money. They came in the form of other things like crystals. A tattoo I have on my forearm was an energy exchange. And I received my tattoo in a van that looks very much like yours. And so this is got a fun story from Van Dweller Yoga. It's so fun to just get to see these and reflect on these relationships that have been built from this baby that I created. Um and so yeah, it's been beautiful to get to offer that, and it's been so rewarding for me on so many levels. Again, like I said, the relationships that were built, to see the friendships outside of me that were built, and how people would say like the yoga was the highlight of their week. It was just, yeah. So thank you for asking about that because I love sharing that, and it was my first baby that I developed as a timid yoga teacher, just trying to get started and figuring out like, is this going to work out for me? Is this yeah. So yeah, really beautiful. And so when you came to class, you were one of the many beautiful souls that came along and enjoyed and were inspired and was inspired by it. And yeah, so getting to serve the community again in this way is really lovely. So
Yeah,
thanks
yeah.
for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I think it's cool. I mean, you touched on this a lot, but even now with Van Jam, like a lot of the promotion that I'm doing is literally just walking up to people that are in vans and saying like, "Hey, here, I'm also a van person, and this is the thing that I'm doing." And
Yeah.
overwhelmingly, I've found that people, this community, I guess if you call it, these vanny people, um, are almost always like open to just hearing what somebody else who's doing the van thing is offering, whether it's yoga or a music festival. So that's been really cool to see for the past couple years I've been in a van is just meeting all these people who are excited to see what else is going on in the community. Um, I'm curious because I know you haven't done it in a little while. Will you be offering any van dweller yoga in OB either between now and the camp out or this summer?
I am receiving the call again to go back out to the beach. So yeah, I received the call to release fan yoga. Um, and the call is starting to come back in, obviously with your inspiration of Van Jam. Um, I'm not sure if I will offer something between now and Van Jam, but I think that would be a lot of fun. So I should really try to work on having at least one class before the event, and just so people can get a taste of what I offer and to get excited for Van Jam. And then I'm thinking that for summer, yeah, I'm gonna look at my schedule. If I can do it again on Wednesdays, that would be great. And yeah, I would love to get back out there because I really do miss that community. I miss those. I was, even though I wasn't van dwelling at the time that I was teaching, I obviously was van dwelling for like many years, and so understood and loved the adventures that people were having, and was in my own way living vicariously through them, and so still felt like I was so much a part of the van community. And to be honest with you, I still use my van. It's my trusty steed. It gets me around to my yoga classes. It's now turned into this like sound healing wagon on wheels that Oak and I, come out to places, and he drags out his 40-inch gong and we do sound healings, and so Oak is also getting inspired to do things outside as well. My partner, he's a sound healer. That's like his niche offering, and he wants to
Is
do like qigong and gong.
is he going to be coming out to the camp out?
Unfortunately, no, he has a workshop that weekend that fits with that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, I would love to, when we started collaborating, because it started with me just doing the yoga, but when Oak came out with the sound healing, people really loved that. And so they love the combo of that. And so we know that with our powers and forces combined, we're like a force to be reckoned with. And so yeah, we have both talked about that. Part of it was the weather. We had really an anomaly of a year when I decided um, to let go of van yoga at that time because it was just so cold and people weren't coming out for it. And understandably, we're out in the elements and at the beach where it could be a little bit more misty and wet out there. So yeah, it was a combination of things, a shift of energies. Groups of van dwellers come in and they go out. It was the weather. It was also what was happening with me and Oak in our life at that time. And so yeah, I'm definitely receiving the call to go back out to the beach. And so when that happens, not if, but when, you will be one of the first to know, to be
Cool.
sure.
Yeah.
So that way, we can get
Mm,
out there and collaborate and you can
yeah.
share with your homies, like, hey, come on out. So we can all just heal with each other. That's really what it's
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Well, let me know. I'll definitely share and I'll 100% be there. So, another question that I have for you is, I guess it's kind of an open-ended two-part question, but um, first, I'm curious about you mentioned sound healing, and I'm going to be pairing you up at Van Jam with Sophia, and Sophia does
Hmm.
amazing crystal bowl work. So we'll have your class on Saturday, and then Sophia will join in, and you're welcome to chat with Sophia and do a sort of collab if you have any sound that you want to bring. But I also find the combination of the yoga and the sound bath very powerful. Um, and I'm curious how you feel it went last year at Van Jam. I know we were in a different location than we intended. But I'm curious what your thoughts were about the combo last year and if there's any thoughts or ideas or anything you're excited about this year with doing that combo with Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia was lovely. I'm so excited to get to connect with her again. I am so open to doing sound healing, maybe as like an opening, like we could do like a little opening meditation, or even like an opening shavasana. I can keep it super chill, just depending on the vibe. And then sound healing at the end in shavasana, in our final resting posture, is always great, and that's really an opportunity for people to drop in and be present and be there with the vibrations. And so I love that. And I believe we're going to be outside this year. I think that was the original plan last year as well.
It's gonna,
But at any
it'll,
rate,
yeah, it'll depend on basically how many people we've got for each class and what you want. So if you want to do
okay.
the yoga in the dome, we have a like a 50-foot geodesic dome. So
Oh, cool.
if there's like 25 people doing the class, I think we could fit everybody comfortably in the inside the dome for the
Okay.
class. Maybe 30. And if it's more than that and it'll be too cramped, then we'll do it outside in the trees.
Sounds
So
good.
yeah, it'll be up to you.
Yeah, no, that all sounds great. I would love to teach in a dome. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I'm sorry, did I answer part of your question?
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it. I'll expand upon that by asking you if there's anything else at Van Jam, if you've looked at the lineup, if there's anything else you're excited about that's going to be offered at the festival this year.
Oh man, I mean, I'm excited about all of it. I'm so excited to dance. It's calling me. I am ready to get out there. I'm ready to connect with just to make friendly connections. Like that's what I'm most excited about is the other people, to meet the
Yeah.
other artists. And the cold plunge is really calling me as well. The jacuzzi time water definitely seems to
Water.
be calling me. And
Hmm.
dance, that reminds me of water too, very flowy. And my yoga style is very flowy. It's very breath oriented. So we move with the breath and we focus on the breath. And that carries us through. And I really do have an affinity for that element of yoga, which can often be forgotten or looked over. And it really is probably, I mean, it is. in my book, so much more potent than the postures themselves. And so when we pair that with the postures, it's such huge medicine. So, and then with the sound healing, we're off to another level. So
Yeah,
yeah.
beautiful. Cool. I think that's kind of all of the overarching questions that I have for you. And yeah, we'll see you soon at the camp out.
Okay, love. See you soon.
All right,
Bye.
thanks, Hypsy. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.